One of the most mysterious characters in all of Roblox doors is the third architect, aka the Red Light. This entity has been theorized a lot about in the community recently, as their immense power as well as their mystifying nature makes us question just what they are up to. However, unlike every other light character in the game, such as Guiding or Curious Light, we have never met the Red Light in person, and we have never even seen their sparkles, which is the most definitive sign that they are present in a given location. But this doesn't mean their influence isn't in the game, and that is exactly what I would like to touch up on. In this video, I'll be going over every theorized location the Red Light shows up in Roblox stores, and I'll be going over how we are confident that they are present in these areas. So with all of that being said, let's begin. Alright, so the first and most obvious area the Red Light appears in is the room's barrier. Essentially, if you play around at the hotel with any modifiers enabled, and if you go to the room's subfloor entrance, you'll notice how you are unable to access a subfloor due to the big red barrier being placed at the gateway. Now, besides both the red light and the barrier sharing the same color, we know that the room's barrier is caused by the red light because of its particles. Now, for those who don't know, the triangle particle seen orbiting the room's barrier only appears in areas heavily associated with the light characters, such as Rifts or A1000. So, for them to appear at the room's barrier, which just happens to share the same color as the red light, I think it's safe to say that the red light is responsible for the barrier. Moving on, we also know that the red light is directly responsible for the whole feature of modifiers in the game. Essentially, if we take a look at the Room 60 painting, which showcases all of the symbols for each light character, you'll notice that the symbol for the red light is the same as the modifiers icon. This implies that both the character and the feature are connected due to sharing the same symbol. This would also further prove my previous point about the room's barrier, as that only appears if you go to the room's entrance whilst having modifiers enabled. So, for modifiers to be controlled by the red light, it makes sense for the barrier to also be controlled by them, as it is caused by having modifiers enabled. Furthermore, it is also pretty safe to say that the Crucifix failing may also be the result of the red light's intervention. Essentially, as many of you know, the Crucifix can be used to kill various entities within the game. However, it'll actually fail to kill boss entities such as Figure or Grumble. When this happens, the item will turn bright red before breaking. Now, we obviously have the color connections between the red Crucifix and the red light, but we know the Crucifix failing may be the result of the red light's intervention due to the nature of the item. You see, the Crucifix appears to be heavily intertwined with Guiding Light, sharing the entity's color as well as their symbol on the sigil that forms whenever it is used on an entity. So, for the item to already be related to a light entity, why can't it be influenced by another? After all, we know the red light is more powerful than Guiding Light, so they could easily overpower them. And if you'd like to learn more about that, then check out this video after. Anyways, the last location the red light may appear in is more speculative than the rest, but I think it could still work, and that is Longside Seek. You see, whenever you encounter Seek in the game, you'll notice how the entity is always associated with the red light. Even in Room 200, a red light appears around the entity, which seemingly doesn't have an explanation for its presence. Now, the color connection and the malicious nature of the red light, such as how they make the Crucifix fail, are the only pieces of evidence which connect the red light seen with Seek and the red light entity itself, meaning that the theory that Seek and the red light are connected isn't too strong. However, I just wanted to cover all my bases in this video, so it's good to explain this theory, which could end up being true if more evidence ever surfaces. Anyways, that was every location the red light appears in Roblox stores. Let me know in the comments what you think of this mysterious entity, and with all of that being said, thank you all for watching and I hope you enjoyed.